I got this fortune the other day, and it says, "Courage is grace under pressure." Now, here today in Empire Total War, with the all-fabulous Darth mod installed, we have some pretty graceful and good-looking soldiers in uniforms here. And my god, are they going to be courageous in a few minutes. Or should I say moments. But anyways, here today in Empire Total War, I'm going to be explaining and partially showcasing the Battle of Monmouth. This battle took place during the American Revolution, and it was between the American generals, General Washington and General Charles Lee, against the British generals Cornwallis and Clinton. The battle began when Clinton and Cornwallis were being surrounded by the Americans, and so they took to retreating and falling back to more stable grounds and more friendly grounds, which was New York, their garrison there. And so, in doing so, they alerted Washington of their movements, and he developed a plan to ambush them at Monmouth Courthouse, which is where the Battle of Monmouth got its name from. This battle could have gone extremely well for the Americans, but unfortunately it did not, due to the faults of a few bad commands and simply that the Americans were fairly new to their new method of fighting, which is this one. And this was the actual European doctrine of fighting, so it was actually pretty hard to maintain during this era, because standing in a line and getting shot at from all sides and never finding cover, yeah, it sucks. But one of the reasons why the Americans did not win so well at this battle was because of the General Charles Lee. Now, Charles Lee was very doubtful of Washington's plan to ambush the British, and when he was offered command, at first he refused it, but as the numbers of the troops were raised, he took command and accepted. But unfortunately, because of his doubtfulness, he did not issue proper orders to his troops, and they took up faulty positions along the hills, the roads, and the forests, and when they engaged the British, oh yeah, it didn't go so well. So in the retreat, General Washington found Charles Lee, sent him to the back of the line, and General Washington took command of the American forces. He set up troops all along to prevent the British from advancing, and only one shot, are you kidding me? In doing so, he bought enough time for the Americans to set up artillery on the hill, and an artillery battle waged against the British forces and the Americans. Getting the hell out of there. Yeah, after the artillery battle, the British realized that they could not afford this battle because it was simply an ambush. It wasn't something they initiated. So they left in the middle of the night and retreated to New York, where they held up there for the rest of the year. Or should I say war. As this battle came to an end, the Americans rallied their troops and pushed south to where, in the later ends of the war, the battle ended at Yorktown. A nice little part of this battle was the first time that Americans used the European doctrine of fighting, which was line infantry, like this, with people in uniforms and lining up in a line and firing kind of like I said earlier. And this proved to the British that the Americans could, yes, stand up to the British head-on in a equal fight. And that happened because of Valley Forge, where the Americans took training from European generals from France and Prussia. This battle ended in a tie because the British and Americans had very similar losses, but the Americans had less losses, but the British retreated in the middle of the night, so we can't really call this a win for either side. After the battle, Charles Lee was court-martialed for failing to give proper orders and causing a huge rout for the Americans, unintentionally. And he never took up his career again and died 2 years later after his court-martial. So that's the Battle of Monmouth for you. And yeah, thank you for watching.